My friend, before this day truly begins, pause for a moment and listen carefully. Every morning is not just the start of another day. It is a reminder that God has given you another opportunity to rise, to believe again, and to move forward with faith. Maybe yesterday was heavy. Maybe the night carried worries, doubts, or silent battles no one else could see. But remember this truth. The same God who carried you through yesterday is still with you today. His power has not changed, and His plans for you have not disappeared. Sometimes life becomes quiet before a breakthrough. The silence you feel right now might not be failure, it might be preparation. God is shaping your strength, building your patience, and preparing your heart for something greater than you imagined. So breathe deeply and lift your spirit. This morning is not empty. It is filled with new mercy, new hope, and new strength. Walk forward today, knowing that God is already working ahead of you. Brother, there are moments in life when progress feels slow and the road ahead seems uncertain. In those moments, the mind begins to whisper doubts. Maybe nothing will change. Maybe this struggle will last forever. But faith reminds us of something powerful. God does not work according to our timing. He works according to His perfect plan. What feels delayed to you may actually be divine preparation. Think about the seeds planted in the earth. For a long time, nothing appears on the surface. Yet beneath the soil, life is growing. Roots are strengthening, and something beautiful is forming. Your life may feel like that hidden season right now, but do not lose heart. God sees every silent prayer, every moment of endurance, every tear you have carried alone. This morning, choose to trust Him again. Even when you cannot see the path clearly, believe that God is guiding your steps. My friend, strength does not always appear in loud victories or public success. Sometimes true strength is simply waking up again, refusing to give up, and choosing to believe that your life still has purpose. God created you with intention. You are not here by accident, and your journey is not meaningless. There will be storms in life, moments when fear tries to shake your faith. But storms do not last forever. The sun always rises again, and God's promises remain steady, even when circumstances change. This morning is proof that your story is still being written. The pages ahead may hold blessings you cannot yet imagine. So do not allow temporary struggles to define your destiny. Keep walking, keep believing, and keep trusting that God is guiding every step. Brother, every morning carries a hidden gift, the chance to start again. Yesterday's mistakes do not have the power to control today. God's mercy is new every single morning, and His grace is greater than every failure you remember. Too many people live trapped by regret, constantly looking backward instead of stepping forward. But God does not call you to live in yesterday. He calls you to move forward with courage. The truth is simple but powerful. Your past cannot cancel God's purpose for your future. Even broken moments can become part of a greater story when placed in God's hands. So today, release the weight of yesterday. Lift your heart toward hope. Let faith replace fear, and let gratitude replace doubt. My friend, sometimes the greatest battles in life happen silently within the heart. People may see your smile, your routine, and your daily actions, but they cannot see the struggles you fight privately. Yet God sees everything. He understands every worry you carry and every prayer you whisper quietly. You are never truly alone in your journey. Even when life feels uncertain, God is closer than you think. His presence surrounds you like light breaking through the darkness. This morning, remind yourself of this truth. Your life still holds purpose. The struggles you face today may one day become the testimony that inspires others. God often uses the hardest seasons to shape the strongest people. Keep your faith alive and keep your heart open. The best chapters of your life may still be ahead. Brother, this morning is not just another routine moment in your life. It is a fresh reminder that God has not finished working in your story. Many times, we wake up carrying worries from yesterday, thinking about problems that still remain unsolved. But faith teaches us something powerful. God is always working behind the scenes, even when we cannot see it. Just because the answer has not arrived yet does not mean the prayer was ignored. Sometimes God delays certain blessings because He is preparing you to handle them with wisdom and strength. Imagine receiving everything too early before your heart was ready. It might break you instead of building you. That is why patience is part of faith. This morning, instead of worrying about what you cannot control, choose to trust the one who controls everything. God sees your effort, your silent prayers, and your determination to keep moving forward. Do not underestimate the power of a faithful heart. Continue walking with courage today, because every step taken with faith brings you closer to the breakthrough God has prepared for you. My friend, life sometimes feels like a long journey through unfamiliar paths. There are seasons where everything seems clear and hopeful, but there are also seasons where uncertainty fills the horizon. In those moments, many people lose hope because they cannot see the destination ahead. But faith was never meant to depend on perfect visibility. Faith means trusting God even when the road is unclear. Think about the sunrise each morning. Before the sun appears, the sky is still dark, yet we know the light is coming. In the same way, your life may feel dark in certain moments, but that darkness does not last forever. God's light is always approaching. The struggles you face today may simply be the final moments before something new begins. So, do not allow fear to control your thoughts. Replace fear with faith. Replace doubt with trust. And remember that God is guiding you step by step. Brother, every person carries a story filled with challenges, victories, and lessons learned along the way. Your story may include moments where you felt lost, discouraged, or overwhelmed by circumstances beyond your control. But those moments do not define who you truly are. God sees something greater within you. He sees strength where you see weakness, and He sees purpose where you see confusion. Sometimes the struggles you face are actually preparing you to help others who will walk through similar battles. One day, your story may become someone else's hope. That is why giving up is never the answer. Every sunrise is proof that life continues and that new opportunities still exist. Today may hold conversations, moments, and blessings that you cannot yet predict. Walk into this day with courage in your heart and faith in your spirit. My friend, there are times when people feel invisible, as if their effort goes unnoticed and their struggles remain unseen. But God does not overlook the quiet battles you fight every day. He notices every step you take toward becoming stronger. Even when the world does not celebrate your progress, heaven sees it clearly. Remember that growth often happens slowly and quietly. The strongest trees do not grow overnight. They take years to develop deep roots that can withstand storms. In the same way, God may be strengthening your foundation right now. The patience you are learning, the resilience you are building, and the faith you are practicing will shape the future ahead of you. So, this morning, remind yourself that your journey matters. Continue moving forward with confidence, knowing that God is guiding you toward something meaningful. Brother, the morning carries a quiet but powerful message. Every day is another opportunity to trust God more deeply. Many people begin their day focusing only on problems and responsibilities. But faith invites you to start the day differently. Begin with gratitude. Begin with hope. Begin with the understanding that God has already gone before you. The challenges of today may seem large, but they are not greater than the power of God working within your life. Remember that faith is not about having a perfect life. It is about trusting God even when life is imperfect. So, walk forward today with courage. Lift your thoughts above fear and allow faith to guide your decisions. When your heart remains anchored in trust, even the hardest days can lead to unexpected blessings. My friend, there are mornings when your heart feels strong and hopeful, and there are mornings when you wake up carrying silent burdens. Life does not always move smoothly, and sometimes the weight of responsibility, uncertainty, or past disappointments can feel overwhelming. But remember something powerful. God does not expect you to face every challenge alone. Faith means bringing your worries to Him and trusting that His strength will support you when your own strength feels weak. This morning, instead of allowing fear to control your thoughts, take a moment to breathe and remember that God is present in every step of your journey. Even when the future looks uncertain, His guidance remains steady. Your story is still unfolding, and every chapter has meaning. Brother, many people measure their lives based on how quickly they achieve success or recognition. But God's way is often different from the world's expectations. Sometimes He chooses a slower path, not because He wants you to struggle, but because He wants you to grow. Growth requires patience, and patience builds strength. Imagine a sculptor shaping a piece of stone. Each strike of the tool may seem harsh, but every strike brings the sculpture closer to its final form. In the same way, the experiences in your life are shaping you into someone stronger and wiser. This morning, trust that every challenge has a purpose. My friend, hope is one of the greatest gifts God places within the human heart. Hope allows you to continue moving forward even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Without hope, even small problems can feel overwhelming. But with hope, even large obstacles can be faced with courage. This morning, choose hope. Choose to believe that something good can still happen in your life. Believe that God can open doors you never expected. Believe that your struggles today may become the foundation for tomorrow's strength. When hope lives in your heart, your perspective changes. Brother, life is filled with moments that test your faith. There will be days when plans fall apart, when opportunities disappear, or when unexpected challenges appear without warning. In those moments, it is easy to question whether things will ever improve. But faith reminds us that temporary setbacks do not determine the final outcome of our lives. God sees the entire picture even when we only see a small part of it. What looks like a closed door today may actually be protection or preparation for something better ahead. My friend, every new day begins with a quiet invitation from God. It is an invitation to trust Him again, to believe again, and to continue moving forward with faith. No matter what happened yesterday, today is another opportunity to grow, to learn, and to step closer to the purpose God has placed within your life. Remember that even small steps matter. Progress does not always appear in dramatic changes. Sometimes it appears in simple decisions to keep going. This morning, lift your heart with gratitude and courage. Trust that God is guiding you through every moment, even when the path ahead is not completely clear. Brother, there are moments when life feels unfair. You may look around and see others moving ahead while you remain in a place that feels slow and uncertain. In those moments, comparison can quietly steal your peace. But remember this, God is not writing someone else's story through your life. Your journey is unique, and the timing of your blessings is designed specifically for you. Sometimes delays are not punishment. They are protection. God may be holding something back because He knows the perfect moment has not yet arrived. This morning, release the pressure to compare yourself with others. Focus instead on the path God has placed before you. My friend, courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means choosing to move forward, even when fear tries to hold you back. Every person who has ever accomplished something meaningful has faced moments of doubt and uncertainty. The difference is that they continued moving forward despite those feelings. Faith works in the same way. You may not feel confident every moment of your life, but faith allows you to trust God even when confidence fades. This morning, remind yourself that God's strength is greater than your fear. Brother, sometimes the greatest growth happens in seasons when life feels quiet and ordinary. Not every moment will feel exciting or dramatic, but those quiet seasons often shape the strongest character. During those moments, patience grows, discipline strengthens, and wisdom develops slowly within the heart. God often uses these seasons to prepare you for greater responsibilities ahead. This morning, appreciate the simple blessings around you. My friend, every person carries hidden battles that others may never fully understand. Some struggles happen within the mind, some within the heart, and some within circumstances that feel impossible to control. Yet, even in those hidden battles, God is present. He understands every silent prayer and every moment when your strength feels exhausted. You are never invisible to Him. Brother, the beginning of each day is a powerful reminder that life continues to move forward. No matter what difficulties existed yesterday, the sunrise brings another opportunity to rebuild hope and renew faith. Every morning carries the message that your story is still unfolding. God is still writing new chapters in your life, my friend. Sometimes life moves in ways that we cannot understand. Plans change, opportunities disappear, and doors close without warning. In those moments, it is easy to feel discouraged and wonder why things are not working out the way you expected. But faith reminds us that God often works through redirection. What feels like a setback may actually be guidance. A closed door may simply mean that another door, one far better for your future, is waiting ahead. This morning, instead of focusing on what did not happen yesterday, place your attention on what God may be preparing today. Brother, strength is not built during comfortable moments. True strength grows during seasons when life becomes difficult and uncertain. When challenges appear, they reveal the depth of your faith and the resilience within your spirit. Every obstacle carries the opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more patient. God does not waste your struggles. He uses them to shape your character and deepen your understanding of His purpose. This morning, remind yourself that even the hard moments have meaning. My friend, one of the most powerful habits you can build is beginning your day with gratitude. Gratitude shifts the focus of your mind from problems to possibilities. When you recognize the blessings already present in your life, your heart becomes stronger and your perspective becomes clearer. God has already given you many gifts: another day of life, another chance to grow, and another opportunity to pursue your purpose. This morning, take a moment to thank God for the breath in your lungs and the strength in your spirit. Brother, patience is one of the most challenging lessons in life. We live in a world that celebrates speed and instant results, but God often works through gradual growth. When something valuable is being prepared, it takes time. Think about the strongest trees in a forest. They grow slowly, but their roots become deep and unshakable. In the same way, the patience you develop during difficult seasons builds stability within your life. This morning, trust that God's timing is not delayed. It is deliberate. My friend, never underestimate the quiet power of faith. Faith is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it appears as a simple decision to keep going, even when you feel tired. It appears as a quiet prayer whispered during a difficult moment. It appears as a hopeful thought when doubt tries to take control. God honors these small acts of faith more than you realize. Every step taken with faith moves you closer to the life God intends for you. Brother, there are seasons in life when the path ahead feels confusing and uncertain. You may pray for direction and still feel unsure about what step to take next. But remember that God often guides us one step at a time rather than revealing the entire journey at once. If you could see everything ahead, you might become overwhelmed. Instead, God provides the strength and wisdom needed for today. When you take the next faithful step, the path gradually becomes clearer. This morning, focus on the step directly in front of you rather than worrying about the entire road ahead. My friend, fear often tries to convince you that you are not ready, not capable, or not strong enough to face what lies ahead. But fear does not speak the truth about your life. God created you with strength, purpose, and the ability to grow through every challenge. Many of the greatest achievements in life begin with moments when someone feels uncertain but chooses courage anyway. This morning, do not allow fear to decide your future. Choose faith instead. Brother, every person experiences moments when life feels heavy. Responsibilities grow, unexpected problems appear, and the future may seem uncertain. During those moments, it is important to remember that you were never meant to carry every burden alone. God invites you to bring your worries to Him. When you release your concerns into His hands, your heart becomes lighter and your mind becomes clearer. This morning, take a deep breath and place your worries before God. My friend, the strength of your spirit is often revealed during the moments when life becomes difficult. Anyone can feel confident when everything's going well, but faith becomes powerful when challenges appear. Those difficult seasons test your patience, shape your resilience, and deepen your trust in God. Even when you cannot see the reason behind a struggle, believe that God is still working through it. This morning, hold on to faith with determination. Brother, reaching the middle of your journey often requires persistence. Many people begin their goals with enthusiasm, but lose motivation when progress feels slow. Yet, the most meaningful accomplishments require patience and steady effort. God honors the people who continue walking forward even when the results are not immediately visible. This morning, remind yourself that progress does not always appear quickly, but every faithful step matters. My friend, there will be days when your energy feels low and your motivation seems distant. Life can sometimes feel like an uphill climb where every step requires effort and determination. In those moments, it is important to remember that strength does not always appear as excitement or enthusiasm. Sometimes strength is simply the quiet decision to continue moving forward even when you feel tired. God understands those moments of fatigue and uncertainty. He sees the effort you make when others cannot see the battle inside your heart. This morning, remind yourself that perseverance is powerful. Brother, one of the most important lessons in life is learning to trust the process that God has placed before you. Many people want immediate results, but true growth takes time. Just as a seed must remain in the soil before it becomes a tree, your efforts and faith may require time before they produce visible results. During this waiting period, God is strengthening your character and preparing your spirit for what lies ahead. My friend, never forget that God often works through unexpected ways. Opportunities may appear in forms you did not anticipate, and blessings may arrive at moments when you least expect them. The key is to remain open and faithful during the journey. When your heart stays aligned with faith, you become more aware of the subtle ways God is guiding your life. Brother, gratitude is a powerful force that can transform your entire perspective. When you focus only on what is missing in your life, your mind becomes filled with frustration and disappointment. But when you focus on what God has already provided, your heart begins to feel peace and strength. My friend, the journey of faith is not about perfection. It is about progress. Every day offers another opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move closer to the purpose God has placed within your life. Some days you will move forward quickly, and other days progress may feel slow. But what matters most is that you keep going. Brother, sometimes the greatest victories in life begin during the moments when you feel weakest. Those moments reveal the depth of your faith and the strength hidden within your heart. When challenges appear, many people assume that something has gone wrong in their journey. But often, challenges are signs that growth is happening. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, your spirit becomes stronger through perseverance. God does not abandon you during these moments. He walks beside you, giving you strength that you may not even realize you possess. My friend, every person experiences seasons when progress feels invisible. You may work hard, pray faithfully, and continue moving forward without seeing immediate results. Those quiet seasons can test your patience and your belief in the future. But remember that God often works beneath the surface, preparing blessings that cannot yet be seen. Just as roots grow underground before a tree becomes visible, your life may be developing strength in ways you cannot yet observe. Brother, your life carries a purpose that is greater than temporary struggles. The challenges you face today may one day become the stories that inspire others to keep going. When you overcome difficulties with faith, your experience becomes a light for someone who is walking through a similar struggle. God can transform pain into purpose and difficulty into wisdom. My friend, there is incredible power in believing that better days are ahead. Hope changes the way you approach every situation. When hope lives in your heart, problems become challenges rather than obstacles. Faith reminds you that every storm eventually passes, and every night eventually gives way to morning. Brother, the morning is a symbol of renewal. Just as the sun rises each day, regardless of what happened yesterday, your life also carries the possibility of renewal and fresh beginnings. God offers new mercy every morning, and His grace is always available to guide you forward. My friend, as you continue walking through life, remember that every experience carries a lesson. Some lessons arrive through joy and success, while others appear through difficulty and disappointment. But each moment shapes who you are becoming. God does not waste your experiences. Even the painful chapters can become stepping stones that guide you toward a stronger and wiser future. This morning, choose to see your life not as a collection of random events, but as a meaningful journey guided by faith. Every challenge you overcome adds another layer of strength to your spirit. Brother, faith grows stronger when it is tested. When life is comfortable and predictable, believing is easy. But when uncertainty appears and answers seem distant, faith becomes powerful. In those moments, you must decide whether to trust God, even when you cannot see the full picture. True faith is the ability to stand firm in hope while the future remains unclear. This morning, remind yourself that God is never confused about your life. Even when you feel uncertain, He knows exactly where you are going. My friend, sometimes the most important step you can take is simply refusing to give up. Life may place obstacles in your path, and there may be days when you feel discouraged or tired. But perseverance has incredible power. Every time you continue moving forward despite difficulty, you strengthen your character and your faith. God honors perseverance. He sees every effort you make to keep going when giving up might seem easier. Brother, there will come a moment in your life when you look back and realize that the struggles you once feared actually prepared you for the blessings you now experience. Many people only understand the purpose of their difficulties after time has passed. What felt confusing in the past eventually reveals its meaning. This morning, trust that even if you cannot see the reason behind every challenge today, clarity will come in the future. My friend, never forget that your life holds incredible value. You were created with purpose, strength, and the ability to grow beyond your circumstances. The path you walk may include unexpected turns, but every step still carries meaning. God's plan for your life is larger than any temporary struggle you face today. My friend, sometimes the most important reminder you need is this: you have already survived moments that once felt impossible. There were days when you thought you would not make it through the pressure, the pain, or the uncertainty. Yet, here you are today, standing stronger than before. That strength did not come from luck or coincidence. It came from the quiet resilience that God placed inside you. Every time you refused to give up, every time you chose faith over fear, you became stronger than yesterday. This morning, recognize the progress you have made. Brother, life often moves in ways that surprise us. The blessings you are hoping for may arrive through paths you never expected. Opportunities sometimes appear quietly, disguised as ordinary moments. That is why faith requires awareness. When you stay open to God's guidance, you begin to notice the small signs of progress around you. A conversation, an opportunity, a new idea, or a sudden moment of clarity may become the turning point in your story. My friend, the power of belief can transform the direction of your life. When you believe that better days are possible, your actions begin to align with that belief. Faith changes the way you see problems and the way you respond to challenges. Instead of feeling defeated, you begin to see possibilities. God designed the human spirit to grow stronger through belief. This morning, allow your heart to hold on to hope. Brother, every sunrise carries a message of renewal. The darkness of night eventually fades and light returns again. In the same way, difficult seasons in life do not last forever. The struggles you face today will one day become memories of how far you have come. God's timing often unfolds slowly, but it always moves forward. Continue trusting Him even when progress feels quiet. My friend, as this message comes to an end, remember this truth: your life is still unfolding. The story of your future is not finished yet. God is still writing new chapters in your journey. The struggles you face today are not the final page of your story. They are simply part of the process that shapes the person you are becoming. So walk into this day with courage. Lift your thoughts with hope. Keep your faith alive even when life feels uncertain, because the same God who carried you through yesterday is already preparing your tomorrow, and your breakthrough may be closer than you think.